Have you ever had a secret so big, so heavy, that it felt like it was eating you from the inside out? A secret you couldn't bring yourself to tell anyone, not even the person closest to you in the world. Someone you've shared your life with, laughed with, cried with. Yet there's still a part of you that's hiding something. Something you don't think they could ever understand. Well, today, I'm going to share with you the secret I keep from my husband. It's something I've never told him, something I've never told anyone. A secret that has been buried deep within me, and I don't even know how to begin explaining it. But maybe, just maybe, it's time. It all started a little over 5 years ago. Jamie and I had been dating for 2 years, and things were, well, they were great. We'd travelled together, had so many late-night talks, made all these promises to each other. I remember that first year we moved in together. It was the start of something new. Everything felt fresh, like we were building our own little world, a world of just us. We found this cozy little apartment, the kind with hardwood floors and a balcony where we'd have coffee in the mornings. I felt like everything was falling into place. I truly believed we were meant to be. But then, it happened. A feeling I couldn't ignore. A shadow from my past that started creeping up, something I'd spent years trying to bury. It wasn't obvious at first, it didn't even come with words, but deep inside something shifted. Something in me changed. I had this constant ache in my chest, and no matter how many times Jamie wrapped his arms around me or told me how much he loved me, the truth was, I wasn't fully there. Not in the way I thought I was. I had a past, you see, a past that Jamie had no idea about, and I kept it hidden from him because I was terrified of what would happen if he knew. The truth is, I had a life before Jamie, one that I've tried so hard to forget. I've never spoken about it, never even let it surface, but it's been haunting me for so long, and I wonder, am I hiding the real me from him? Am I keeping a part of myself locked away that I should have shared long ago? There was a time before I met Jamie when I was lost. I was dealing with things no one should have to face at such a young age. I was in a toxic relationship, one that made me question everything about myself. I didn't trust anyone. I didn't know who I was, let alone who I wanted to be. I made decisions I can't undo. I hurt people, people who didn't deserve it. And most of all, I hurt myself. There was a time before I met Jamie when I was lost. I was dealing with things no one should have to face at such a young age. I was in a toxic relationship, one that made me question everything about myself. I didn't trust anyone. I didn't know who I was, let alone who I wanted to be. I made decisions I can't undo. I hurt people, people who didn't deserve it. And most of all, I hurt myself. There were moments when I almost told him. When he would ask about my childhood or my life before we met, I'd freeze. I would smile, change the subject, and say, it's not important. But deep down, I knew it was. Because the person I am now isn't who I was then. I've changed. But the fear, the guilt, the shame, it's still there. A few months ago, we were sitting together on the couch. It was one of those quiet nights, the kind where everything feels perfect. Jamie had this smile on his face, this light in his eyes that just made my heart swell. He said to me, I don't know what I did to deserve you, but I feel so lucky to have you. In that moment, I felt like the walls I had built around myself were crumbling. But at the same time, I felt this enormous weight on my chest. I wanted to tell him the truth, to say everything, to say, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. But instead, I just smiled and kissed him. I told him I felt lucky too, but I didn't say the things that mattered. I didn't tell him that I still feel like I'm hiding, that I sometimes look at him and wonder if he really knows me at all, that every time he looks at me with so much trust, I can't help but think, if you only knew. But here's what I've realized. I can't keep hiding anymore. I can't keep pretending that everything is fine, that my past doesn't matter. Because it does. It shaped me into who I am today. And maybe, just maybe, the secret isn't the thing I've been hiding from Jamie. Maybe the real secret is that I've been hiding from myself. I've been afraid. Afraid that if I tell him, everything could change. But the truth is, I can't live in fear anymore. No relationship can thrive when one person is holding back. And maybe, just maybe, telling him the truth will bring us closer. Maybe it'll break us apart, but maybe it'll make us stronger. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know how he'll react when I finally tell him. But what I do know is that I can't live with this secret anymore. Not if I want to be truly free. Not if I want us to be free. So I haven't told him yet. But I will. And maybe, just maybe, the hardest secrets to share are the ones that, once revealed, set us free. So, if you're carrying a secret, if you're holding something back, maybe it's time to face it. For yourself, for the people you love. Because at the end of the day, the truth has a way of setting us free. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever felt like this, you're not alone. And remember, it's never too late to tell the truth. I'll see you next time.